What's up, you guys? Welcome back to NRL Fantasy Analysis. We're going to be going through the People Squad. It's getting really exciting for this team at the moment. We're improving every week. We've still got 8 trades left, 185k in the bank. Plenty happening that's been really good for the squad. So we've moved from round 17 overall rank to 653, moving down to 553 this week. So made 100 ranks. Everything didn't go perfectly to plan. We did have Moses, Teddy, and also Trbojevic out, which hurt us a little bit. We're lucky enough to have Taft come in and actually play. Otherwise, we would have been playing with 16 this week. We did trade in Ben Hunt, who didn't go very well, but we also traded in Reed Mahoney. So we're actually looking between him or Ponga just to cover that wing fullback position because he's someone we're going to pick up in the next few weeks anyway. But Mahoney, I just think was the better option at that cheaper price point, and then had an awesome game, tries, back to sort of those games he had at the start of the season. So that was really cool. Our bench did really well as also, truly only, the Johnson, the Hunt obviously had to play Taft, which we would hope for a higher score there for Fifita as captain. But other than that, the team did, very, very solidly. Having guys like Hughes and Payne Haas was really strong. We didn't have someone like CHN, and Madison, that my team had, for example, but overall still a good round, and to make 100 ranks and be 553 is really cool. And I think this is a team that can get into the top 300, 400 really, really easily over the coming last 7 rounds, 6 rounds, whatever's left. So that's the squad there. We got obviously Mahoney up top, Papali'i 41, nothing too much to worry about with him. Just an off game. He's been averaging really high over the last bunch of weeks anyway. And a total average of 64.2. Owned by pretty much everyone in the top 100, top 1,000. So not really too much to worry about. Watson did a good job for us, playing off the bench there, even against the Storm team when they got smashed. He moved back to fullback and he still scored well. So really happy with with his output there. And if we can spend some more time through the middle there against some lesser teams, I think he'll do well, especially with Pearce coming back, hopefully over the next few weeks anyway. So that's that. Bringing in Taumalolo over the last few weeks has been really profitable for us. 66 for him this week. That's 3 60s in a row. And he's starting to make some cash now. So we got him at a cheaper price. We got Payne Haas at a cheaper price a few weeks ago. Things are looking up. Mane, we get him at his cheapest price he's going to be this year, I'd imagine. Holding on to Schuster was really cool. So 68 for him, and he made some money. So just really positive signs all around. It's really just the halves that had a bit of an issue for us with SJ. I am worried about him going forward, just with the fact that he's lost his kicking duties with Trindle coming in. The reason we picked him up was obviously he was going to be good for round 17, but more the fact that he was kicking goals. He had full control of the kicking in general play. Trindle is taking a bit of that now, not all of it, but a small portion. 5 to 8 points kind of thing, which adds up. Obviously, he did still score 54 last week without those extra few points and the goal kicking. But this 22, it just screams that he's not going to be a keeper anymore. So I think we can still hold on to him, but we do have a Moses in there. We have Hunt, we have Schuster, so we don't actually need him. The issue, and Gamble as well. The issue is just with trades remaining. Like, do we waste a trade on someone like that? Do you keep hold of him and see what happens? That's the other questions you got to ask yourself as well. With Johnson, with Hunt, it's just a random off week. I wouldn't be stressed about the 27. He'll come back bigger and stronger after a good week's rest. Obviously playing on Friday night, he gets a good week rest, and he'll be better for it. That's for sure. Raymond's been awesome, really strong for us. Avrilo with 35. Again, someone we got to think about. He's just lost sort of that 10 to 15 points, so we don't really have the centre cover at the moment, so he's going to hold Avrilo strong. We have had him the whole year, so just think about that. You pick someone up at 280 or whatever he's priced at 300. He's made plenty of money for us, so it's not like we picked him up at 700 like I did in my team. And we're losing money on him now. I just think we've got to hold steady with someone like Avrilo. He's still, his low games are going to be this 30 odd. He just has to get some attacking stats to really improve. And they come up against Cronulla, which will be a little bit of an easier game for him. I'm about 22%, so still fairly low, which is interesting. But that's that there. And then you've got Walsh and Hines, who have been awesome keepers for our squad. We've got Trbojevic and Tedesco, so nothing to worry about with the wing fullbacks. We'll have a very strong team this week. It'll be interesting to see who we don't play on our bench this week, because Gamble's been awesome as well, making plenty of cash as well. Gamble, we got Crichton there. So to bring Trbojevic back into there, have Teddy and Moses back in. Maybe maybe we don't play a Johnson this week. Maybe that's an option. Johnson and Watson maybe. Gamble's obviously been pretty solid. So it's not the worst thing to worry, to think about. We probably have one more opportunity to use a cash out as well. given the fact we have Verrills and also Taff. So we'd have room for one more, which would allow us to have 18 players remaining. Having 17 really strong, 18th man, like that 45 kind of average player. And use that cash to maybe bring in Cleary. We could bring in the DCE. We can bring in Brandon Smith, any of these types of guys that are absolutely killing it. You can go Cam Murray, all these types of guys if you wanted to, because we have enough halves, for example. So we could move on to Johnson or something like that. We just have enough trades, which is really cool. To have more than one trade per week over the next few weeks is going to be really important. For every team, but also clearly this one here, because we're sitting there with obviously the 8 trades, plenty of cash in the bank. Who do we target this week? That's really the question. There's not too many people up top that we'd be looking to pick up. I think it's probably worth waiting for Cleary and doing that cash down for one of these guys, whether it be a Gamble, whether it be Johnson, whoever we decide it's going to be, and really upgrading Neds back to Cleary. And I think that'll really put us in good stead going forward into the rest of the season. So I suppose that's probably all I want to talk about with this team. And we'll be interesting what kind of trades we look to make this week. Maybe we pick up Ponga in a few weeks, but we do have a lot of wing fullbacks. Whether it's there's just not a lot really, is there? A lot of the guys you look to pick up are maybe the wing fullbacks or these types of players. Brandon Smith could be cool as a hook cover and a strong mid there. But that's about all. Let me know what you guys think around this team, where it's situated. Obviously, we're ranking really high, so jump in and into that Discord and please help with the the trade options over the next bunch of weeks. It's going to be really important. And if you have run out of trades and you're still watching this, thank you, I appreciate it. But just use it as a way to learn, as to see the strategy of what we're going to use over the last sort of 6 to 7 rounds, how that's going to help you heading into next year. And obviously, that's going to be the most important part is learning for next year as to how you can manage your team a little bit better, so you do have enough trades to actually score well at the end. Because it's all well and good to be averaging really high and ranking really high over the first 15 to 20 rounds, but it's that last 5-6 rounds that really count. Because that's what we look at. How'd you go at the end of the year? I was ranked 300 all year, but I finished 3,000. Well, no one really cares, do they? So it's about how you finish rather than how you start. But that's it. People Squad, there you are. Hope you enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe. I appreciate it. Best way to support me. I'll catch you in the next one, team, when we go through my team, who actually had a really good round. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.